Dolphin Centre on a Friday afternoon. What are we doing here? Well, I've just been to a really interesting meeting with Prama and Health and Care and the Dolphin Centre and Legal and General and the guys from the NHS, because they're setting up what's called an Access Wellbeing Hub in the Dolphin Centre. It's going to be open from the 29th of January, and it's basically a bit like one of our life centres. They're going to have wellbeing coordinators there, so you can just drop in and chat to people. It's mental health focused, but it could be about anything. And so the connections we can make are really, really important. So clearly we already know the links with the Poole Food Bank, and we're going to strengthen those. There's going to be links for Smile, of course. And obviously it'd be good to know they make sure they know about homelessness activities that are around as well. So Maya is the lady who's been appointed there. Chris Beale, some of you will know, who's the Prama lead, and we're going to connect him with those and link you up, because I think we can play a good part in at least making sure that anybody who comes in there knows where they can get help more widely across our area. And of course, it's not far from around the corner where our Poole Food Bank warehouse is now based, in its wonderful new premises, which are going to be officially opened this coming Wednesday. So look out for some photo coverage of that, because it'd be good to just do a really good job. And we want to salute Jill and Alan and Jane particularly, who have done such amazing work over there. And actually, of course, this week I was thinking, it's been so cold. I'm really grateful for all of you who've been going extra efforts to make sure people are safe this last week. We've had the severe weather emergency protocol running, which works quite well, but we've had a few iffy times, particularly over in Christchurch. So Tracy, thank you so much for going out and making sure that people are safe, people have got food. We've moved 3 people into safe accommodation this last week, who were going to be sleeping out in the rough and weren't being found. So thank you for doing that, Tracy. And we've got 3 others who are in what we call Safe Sleep. Don't forget, that's the project where an initial safe bed to make sure where people maybe we're perceiving are really vulnerable, but for some reason are not being housed through other means. We're putting them in somewhere safe so that we can then work through their case with the council and other people. And we've got 3 people in there at the moment. So there's 6 people there overnight tonight who we're making sure are safe. Actually, which reminds me, sometimes I throw a load of numbers at you, which probably for many of you are going, just calm down, Alistair, calm down. Well, I just thought I'd drip feed each week a few little numbers in to show the scale of what we're doing. So you've got those people who are safe tonight and off the street. Claire Holly and the team down at half-time have made sure that in the last quarter, 14 people were either got into supported accommodation or into somewhere private, which is fantastic. Claire is connected to something called the Connections Task Force, working with St Mungo's for those who don't have a connection here but who are on the street. Can we find them a way to get back to where they came from, or maybe where they've got family in other parts of the country, and they're on the way to having 3 people, 1 definite and 2 others on the way, in just the first month of operating there. Again, getting people safe off the street, so it's not just seen as a waiting room. So thank you for all of you who are involved in that, and we'll drop in a number each week around that. By the by, I've just been a good boy and tried to spend a bit of time, first half, of looking through some of the policies that are now on Breathe. We update some policies just a couple of times a year, and there are a couple of really important ones on there around health and safety and loan working, which would be good if you could just have another little read, because we've done some changes to them. It doesn't take long, and actually if you can just, on Breathe, it's really simple, just to put a tick to say, yeah, I've read that, I'm up to speed with it. And we'll get some of you maybe who are new into the organisation. We're going to try and get you a bit of a round table to go through some of the safeguarding cases we've had recently, just to give you a feel for the type of things that you might face, make sure we're all on the same page around that. So, thank you so much for all you're doing. Just met with a whole load of church leaders yesterday. We bring them together 4 or 5 times a year to do a time of prayer for the whole conurbation and beyond. And one of the verses that was in there was from Isaiah, and he talks about there that there's a load of people who God sees as the watchmen and women who are on the walls of the city, seeing what's going on and actually praying for stuff that's going in there. And the words it uses, give God no rest about it. So we're going to give God no rest, praying for you guys as you go about your work this coming week. Thank you. Take care. Go well.